Hey class, it's Xavier and I'm here to answer the questions that corresponded to our reading from Granholm and Young chapter 8 and the videos that we were supposed to watch today. So I'm going to answer some of these questions. We were asked, are the sessions how I thought it would be? I said yes and no. I said yes because I figured that it would be a lot of listening and giving people a chance to share their story. I also said no because I didn't realize that counselors don't seem to, at least from what I've seen, do a whole lot of talking. So that was something that was different for me. We were asked about the characteristics and skills that stuck out from chapter 8. Some of the things that stuck out to me the most, I would say, was that you don't have to shoulder fixing people's problems. I kind of highlighted that portion in there where it was talking about how you don't have to feel like you have to take sole responsibility of fixing someone, and I think that was great because I think it does add a lot of pressure to make sure that someone leaves fixed. You know what I'm saying? That they leave fixed. And I think that was a great point, helping us to realize that we don't have to worry about bear the burden. We're just going to be there to help. We don't have to worry about fixing people. So that was cool. The part that was talking about countertransference and talking about whether the subconscious or the subconscious or conscious emotional reaction that we have to people's problems. I saw that we were in that just talking about how we need to tread lightly with those things, and even the thing that stuck out to me talking about whether we compare our problems to other people, and how I already think that's really annoying, so I don't like that anyway, but it was cool to see how, from a counseling standpoint, like how that, keeping in mind that comparing people's problems and one-upping them and those different things, and how you have to really watch what you say and watch how you react. I was also looking at a lot of the skills that chapter 8 and how those were demonstrative in the videos. The things like open questions, encouragers, and reflection of feelings and meanings. Those seem to be the most used. Some of the similarities and differences between the counselors. Number one, I was talking about how they seem to use encouragers across the board a lot. And encouragers were kind of like that positive reinforcement, letting the client know that you're listening. Saw that they all tried to use reflection of feelings and meanings to get the client to kind of unpack the situation and kind of deal with it themselves, and just kind of guiding them through. So that was pretty cool to see how they use those things. Some of the differences that I wrote down, the counselor on brainstorming was cool to watch because he seemed to do a good job of reinforcing that he understood where the client was. And so even by the end of the video, the gentleman was able to say, yeah, that was exactly right, like you got it. So I noticed that he tried to really champion that. I noticed in the dancing and helping video, excuse me, I skipped one. The counselor in the homesick video seemed to overuse encouragers. That kind of annoyed me a little bit because it even created some room for some like cringy, awkward silence. I know if you guys know what I mean. There were some cringy, awkward silence moments, and she was like, yeah, and the client was just kind of sitting there waiting, I guess, trying to say some more stuff because I guess she thought that's what the counselor wanted. So that was pretty, that was kind of for me. But the counselor in the homesick, in the dancing or helping video was awesome. Like that made me like stop and pause and rewind quite a few times because literally in about 4 minutes I watched him help her or just give her those questions that was able to help her to really unpack how she was feeling. And I feel like in 4 minutes he really helped her she really just detangled all of her feelings, and it was nuts. But it was almost scary, and I can see how counselors, if they're not careful, they can definitely overuse that power and really overstep boundaries and even be manipulative in those questions. And if you're not careful, you can really, I guess, guide people along. So we got to be careful about that, I'm seeing. And all three tried to take a couple of those skills and kind of champion them into their choice of counseling. So that's something that I saw reoccurring. My one question is based on the reading and the videos, am I right to assume that we as counselors aren't there to provide the answers for the clients, but rather to help them scope the path toward the answer for themselves? So that's my question, and I hope that maybe someone else will be able to talk about that and see that in some other videos. But that's what I learned. I thought this week was great with the reading, fantastic with the videos. I really, really learned a lot, and I hope that this was able to help you.